Chariots, welcome back to my channel for another pick a card reading that I have for you today. And today we're looking at how is your person feeling about you and the connection at this time. All right, so I do have three piles for you that we can choose from. Before we go over them, I just wanted to say a quick thank you. A thank you to all my subscribers that have been with me this whole time. It's wonderful to still see you here, so thank you for that. And for anyone that is new, welcome. Welcome to this safe space. If you like what you see, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, right? Like and comment on the videos. That always helps the algorithm to grow the channel and reach other people that it may need. All right. So let's take a look at our three piles. Now, look, I was going through my charm bowl when I pulled these little guys out. So that's what you're going to be picking from today. Some charm. All right. So for pile one, you have the beautiful dragonfly. All right. And it's full of blue and green. Okay. So this is going to be for you. And then pile two, we have the beautiful butterfly here, which has black and grays and sort of orange, peachy colors. So that is going to be your reading. And then pile three, you have the lovely owl, okay? And that is a mixture of blue and sort of it's kind of like a reddish color, a reddish crimson color, and um, not a bright red, but still there nonetheless. Okay, so those are your three piles for today. My chariots, you know what you need to do to pick your pile. If you're drawn to more than one, sometimes my readings are linked. That's perfectly fine. Sometimes I feel like there's a story that's brewing between the piles. Um, Other times the piles have nothing to do with each other. So, just take what resonates for you. Things that do not connect to your story or make you feel right or feel like it's for you, then you can take a nice deep breath and realize today's reading is not for you and you can move on. All right. You can kindly click out of the reading. You can go check out the other readings I have uploaded or one of the readings from all of those other amazing tarot readers that we have out there. So many with their own unique talents. Okay. So pick your pile and I will see you there. Hello, pile one. All right, this is going to be your reading. You chose the beautiful dragonfly, okay? And today's reading being how's your person feeling in regards to you and this connection at this time, all right? So before we get started, let's just take that moment to focus and to connect with one another. So pile one, if you can take in a deep breath for me right now. And I just want you to go within and be still for a moment. I am looking for my connection, my intuition to connect with yours. So I want you to say to yourself, I am connected to my higher inner power. And I trust that my highest good is unfolding. Okay. So you did choose the dragonfly, and because of that, I pulled from my spirit of the animal oracle card deck here, the dragonfly card. All right, Okay, so here's a specific message that I feel is intended for you or the connection. This dragonfly represents magic. Okay, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of the nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. So I do feel with the dragonfly, there is this sense of appreciation for the connection that you've experienced with your person. Okay, and they may be feeling that as well. I do feel emotions are running high. We have a lot of water here in the background of this picture in regards to also uh, in regards to the pink lotus, representing that feeling of love and emotion. Uh, Dragonflies do represent transformation, just like that lotus flower that, arrives from the mud, and then appears as this beautiful flower. We also have the dragonfly here. So definitely feeling that you have experienced some sort of transformation because of the relationship, the connection that you have with your person. I'm going to try to set this card up here and pray that it doesn't fall. And I do feel that because of this connection, because of the transformation that you're feeling, that you are letting go of beliefs or, you know, there's something here from your past that you no longer believe, that you're letting that go. You're seeing yourself sort of for who you really are, despite what is going on in the connection itself. The purpose of, I feel, the message that you need to hear today is that you are really growing and you are really uh, transforming from who you once were. And I feel that that trigger, it all started with uh, this person. Okay. So now let's see how your person is feeling about you in regards to you, this connection, this relationship, and how you're doing whenever it is that you find this reading. My readings are timeless. Wow, the Six of Cups. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the King of Pentacles, wow, and the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and Temperance. Wow, beautiful energy coming through here. And let me get a card from the Tripper. House. So yeah, so what I'm feeling, your person, all one, they really miss you, so I do feel like this was a relationship or a connection that has ended, okay? Due to, I feel that there was a lot of adversities and challenges, this was a difficult relationship connection, however you want to label it. This was very difficult for the two of you to be able to maintain, all right? And when we look at this present moment, this present energy, we have this beautiful Six of Cups. And what I'm feeling is your person has such a sweetness for you, such a, right now they're filled with nostalgia. So whatever and however you spent your time when you were together in the past. I feel like a lot of memories. They can be thinking about conversations, talks, the way you two spent time together. Uh, there's just a sweetness of missing that right now. Okay. Your person's external energies are showing me the Five of Pentacles. So they're definitely missing you. That Five of Pentacles is all about, it's a physical need, because we are talking about earth energy. And oftentimes it's that feeling of being left out in the cold or being left behind. Um, I feel like your person misses you and there's a fear coming through of perhaps thinking that you have forgotten about them in some way, all right? And they feel that sadness. Um, it's interesting because the cross card is coming out as the Hierophant. So what I do feel is that there is something from the past here or your person's past that uh, I feel is what halts or halts this connection, or it's the reason why this connection is not able to move forward at this time. There's some sort of uh, belief or there's a value here. When it comes to the Hierophant, we're talking about Taurus energy. So, again, really right in this 3D material world, that prevents the two of you from being able to move forward. I do have to mention, because for me, the Hierophant can represent a card of marriage. So the fact that this is coming out as a cross card can represent that there is a marriage. If your person is already in a committed relationship, or you may be, um, as well, that can be the reason why this relationship could not go any further. It's possible that your person ended up choosing someone other than you because of the challenges that occurred in your relationship from the past. Okay. Um, and they recognize that. I do feel like they realize that they walked away from this situation and there is regret here. All right. There is a sadness, there's a regret. And if it were up to them, I feel like they wish that they could there's some sort of moment in time with the Six of Cups, and to me this nostalgia. There's some memory that they're focused on, is what I'm picking up on, that they really wish they could go back and change. And if this resonates with you, I feel like you would know what that exact moment is. All right. But there is a moment, there's a scenario, there's a specific scenario where I feel um, they were not able, they reacted or they didn't make the choice, or there was something that was said that I feel that there's regret and loss here about. So if they were able to, it's almost like with this Eight of Wands here, they wish that they could just snap their fingers and change that. And they realize obviously that they can't do that. What's done has been done. All right. So let me clarify before I move on here. Um, can clarify this present energy. And then in regards to the past energy is, we have the Seven of Wands here. So that's showing me that there was some sort of challenge, there was some sort of adversity that prevented the two of you, from being able to move directly forward with one another. The Two of Pentacles. Yeah. So that could be confirming that Hierophant. If, I feel like there's a juggling right now with your person and their feelings for you. I feel like they're kind of splitting their energy at this moment in time. Like, I feel like they have feelings and thoughts for you, and then they have someone else also that they have to, their energy um is competing on where they place their time. Okay, the Two of Pentacles is all about juggling, and because of that, it is a card about uh balance. Someone's not in balance here, and I definitely feel like, since we are doing the reading in regards to your person, they're struggling here with their emotions. Can you clarify the Seven of Wands? The Ten of Swords, yeah. So, okay, that shows me that there was a pretty, intense, sad, painful ending that occurred between the two of you. Um, and it was hard. So I do feel like, this is a situation that was hard on both of you. It's not that your person didn't feel any pain with whatever unraveled. I'm sure there's many different scenarios since this is a collective reading. Um, but the point is that they just didn't walk away and shrug the situation off. They really took it to heart. All right. I do feel right now with the King of Pentacles in their environment is, this is where they are right now in their life. They are taking care of what they need to do, sort of taking care of business at this time, working hard, overseeing whatever it is that they need to see, whether they're raising children, taking care of a family, running a business, leading a business, right? Whatever they have got going on, whatever represents this coin to them is where they are at. And, that comes through also in the Kipper card because they're coming through as house. All right. And I'm just seeing if that'll focus. Okay. The house. So for me, like this is definitely like house, home, stability that we're talking about. They have this foundation right here that they're trying to maintain at this time. And I feel what's difficult for them is, here is number 20 that represents judgment, which is that energy of an awakening. Okay, an awakening and then having to experience transformation like this dragonfly. For some of you, dragonflies may be a symbol. Whenever you see a dragonfly, you think of your person or vice versa. Um, but this number 20 talking about judgment does reduce to two. All right, where again, I feel like there is this pull, there's this pull, this back and forth, this conflict of energy. Um, I do feel when it comes to hopes and or fears, your person sees you as the Queen of Pentacles. Um, Regardless, again, of whoever or whomever they may be with at this time, that Queen of Pentacles is kind of calling to me that it's something, and this is where this pull of energy I'm feeling is that they realize that you would be that perfect partner for them. They see you as that match. I'm feeling that you give them a run for their money is what I'm hearing, meaning, you know, there's a yin and yang balance here that would keep the two of you both very much in check. Your person realizes that and they feel that. Um, but we, as the final outcome card, we have the beautiful temperance card here, which is showing me the spiritual connection, how spirit is watching over this connection, how the two of you are being guided. And again, that temperance card is a big card about balance. Well, to me, well, it's more than that. It's about alchemy, right? It's not about equal balance. It's about finding that perfect mix. And oftentimes you hear that when it comes to, you meet your soulmate, uh, your twin flame, someone that you have a deep spiritual connection, and you say you feel that deep yin yang feeling. But really what it is also driving is the yin and yang within yourself. Okay. So I feel that that's where your person is right now when I'm looking at the future energy of this card, that they are trying to move into this place. And what's interesting is because I'm using the Neoteric Feminine deck today, and the Four of Cups energy itself is a card that can represent, apathy. It can represent boredom. It can represent depression sometimes. Uh, a lot of times that card comes with an energy for me of feeling very content or dissatisfied with where you are in life, because really the card itself has a meaning of a lack of awareness. And what happens is that you're not really paying attention anymore as to who or what is around you and in front of you. However, with this card, I do feel that your person, though, this is a very calm way to show the energy of the Four of Cups. This person in a yoga pose, um, you know, in the grass, meditating. So what I do feel is that your person is sort of in that energy right now of really figuring out what truly makes them happy, you know, and that can be difficult with a transformation. It can be very up and down also, which could explain why this Two of Pentacles energy is here for them, because I feel like it's a balance, right? And I do feel like they're trying to stay grounded. So whatever the situation right now that has happened between the two of you, when it comes to where they are and where they're headed, they are trying to remain grounded in this situation. And with Temperance here, that is a card of patience. So whenever I see Temperance, you know, this is something that takes time. A transformation doesn't happen overnight. An awakening doesn't happen overnight. You may be able to pinpoint certain events that, as I mentioned, if I feel even in the beginning of this reading that, yes, definitely has triggered an awakening, uh, a rebirth. However, it's ongoing. It's ongoing, and it has ebbs and flows, and it can be painful at times and extremely beautiful the next. It's something that you are now aware of and you continuously have to work on. And I do feel like with your person right now, they are working on that balance within themselves. But I feel like the message as in how do they feel about you? There's a message here that they miss you very much, that they have not forgotten who you are. And I mean, with that Six of Cups as the center energy, um, there's nostalgia there. There's that feeling even of coming together again, of wanting to reconcile, because it is that warm feeling, that feeling of home, that soulmate feeling, feeling like you've known this person from your past, or you've had a past experience with them in another lifetime or a parallel lifetime. Okay. So let's get some messages from your person. Um, I feel I'm being pulled towards, hold on. My cards are falling. I'm going to use my deck. I can pick them up. I'm going to use this Chariot Soul deck. So, Spirit, for pile one, what messages does pile one's person have for them at this time? Right. I can be my true self with you. A beautiful thing, right? Be patient. My soul will not lead me astray. We need to have a heart to heart talk. Look, oh my gosh, look at that. We are yin and yang. Beautiful. I know we will be together again. Despite what I post on social media, I am miserable. Okay, let's get one more. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. And I do feel that, and there's that energy. Look at the bottom of the deck too. I feel your pain. So that, and I feel the point of that also is the Ten of Swords here. They had pain as well. They feel your pain. There's a recognition here that, trust me, neither of you walked away unscathed from this situation. And look, on the bottom of the deck, I wanted to check to see is the Five of Cups. So there is a loss, there's a sadness, there's a regret that I already talked about. That's just showing me that they do carry that within their hearts, within their soul. All right, so let's close out the reading. I've been loving my Divine Dog deck here, these puppies, because I love animals so much. So let's see what comes through for you in regards to your connection. Whether you need to focus your person, both of you, what the relationship is calling for. Passion, do what you love. So this can also, can be just confirming the passion that I feel that the two of you have experienced with one another. There's also that inspiration though, trying to lead your lives right now while if the two of you are not in connection at this time, trying to focus on creating the passion within yourself. Awakening, eyes wide open. Look at that right in the center. Yes. And expression, speak your truth. All right. And what's interesting is that's falling out over this card here, the Four of Cups, where look, we need to have a heart to heart talk. So I feel like, your person wants to pipe up. There's something that they want to say. Maybe they're gathering the strength and the courage to be able to come forward and do that. And look, humility. Humility is here, which reminds me of my puppy. Bow down. So it's almost like I'm getting this feeling like maybe a person, their ego was a little hurt in this situation, or their pride was knocked down, and they've seriously been thinking and contemplating like now's the time. Maybe they have to swallow their pride in being able to stand up and speak their truth. All right. So let's see what needs to be surrendered at this time, pile one, in regards to your connection with your person that you're thinking about. Surrender to silence. All right. So if your person's not speaking to you, they're far away, they're just, you haven't heard from them, it's been a long time. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. So, silence is just a way, what I'm learning is a way a person expresses themselves. So I find, usually when you're talking about two people, one person can be silent and the other person likes to speak. I feel most of you that are watching, you are that person. You like to talk about things, right? Where your person has chosen the journey of silence in regards to where the two of you are right now. And that can be very hurtful for you. That can feel like rejection. And Spirit's here to remind you to say, no, that's not true. It's a time where the two of you are each on your journey, you're healing, you're replenishing, you're transforming yourself. And it is magical when you take a step back and look at the whole experience. On the bottom of the deck, we end with surrender to effortlessness. Stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. All right. So I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did. Um, Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile two. All right, you chose the butterfly here for your reading. Today's reading is how is your person feeling about you, about this connection, the relationship that you're in. We will get into it. We'll do an in-depth reading and see what comes through. First thing I want to apologize though, if you're listening to the intro or pile one, I was having microphone problems. That was picked up on by my last charioteer message reading for the collective. So I apologize for that, but I fixed it now. So we're just going to move forward. Bear with me, but we should be good now. Okay. So before we get started, pile two, with your reading, let's just take a moment to collect ourselves, gather ourselves, and place our mind, our heart in the right spot. So if you can take in a deep breath for me. And I just want you to go within, quiet your mind. I'm looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I'm connected to my higher inner power, and I trust that my highest good is unfolding. All right, pile two. So as I said, you picked the beautiful butterfly, okay, representing transformation. So I did pull from Spirit of the Animal Oracle card, the butterfly, and your message, which is talking about rebirth. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. And which is interesting is on the back of this uh, charm, there's a message for you. Laugh daily. So I do feel for this group, you're not laughing enough, right? I feel like things have been, you're taking your life way too intense. I know there's some areas that I feel you need to focus on, and that is what rebirth is all about. And this is a reminder, this card is reminding you that you can reinvent yourself, You might have made mistakes in the past, and that's okay, but you have to learn from them and move on and be able to be content with where you are now. And it is a process, right? That's what rebirth is all about. So Spirit's here asking you today to be gentle with yourself, learn to laugh and enjoy life a little bit more, okay? And love every part of the journey that you're on, okay? So with that being said, now let's take a look and see what's going on with your person. See what messages come through in regards to how they're feeling about you at this time. The Nine of Cups, the Ten of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, King of Swords, Two of Swords, the Star, the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. I felt like this one wanted to flip too. I'm going to take it with the Ace of Swords. I, two of those, I grabbed at the same time. So I'm going to take that one. And then the Three of Pentacles. And let's get one from Kipper. Occupation. So, but, you know, your person at this moment in time is, they're really focused on, I really feel that they're focused on themselves at this present moment with this Nine of Cups. This talks about wish fulfillment, which we can say, that's how they feel about you. But I think it's how do I say this? The extended version of that is that because of you, they feel the need to work on themselves. And I feel that they're working really hard at this time. That is the message that's coming through. I do feel that they see you as that guiding lights, okay, with this Star card here, this beautiful Aquarius energy. Um, I feel that the part of themselves has been vulnerable with you in some way, and you know this. And you were that light. You're sort of that beacon of light for your person. Uh, and that has caused them to move in this sense that they really feel the need to reinvent themselves. So I feel that this message is as much for them as it was for you in the beginning, and obviously that's why I feel like the two of you are so drawn to one another because you are in similar situations. And um, it's a message, a lot of times when you're in these deep, intense soul connections, uh, the energies mirror one another, right? And I do feel that both of you have lived a really intense life, okay? Both of you have suffered different types of traumas, different types of injuries, right? And both of you have come together because of that. So you're very connected. You feel very linked with one another. But I feel the main message for you today is to know that your person, because of feeling that link, because of what you've made them feel about themselves, they really feel the need now with this Nine of Cups here to focus on themselves. And I do feel that it could be difficult. Um, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords, this is the, as I pulled the two, they're coming out as that cross card. And that is what can help, what can hinder the connection, what is the obstacle right now. And as much as I feel, the Wheel of Fortune represents that fate and that destiny, yes, there was a fate and destiny here regarding the two of you connecting. Absolutely. What it's also showing me is that as it's pushing you both
towards this rebirth within yourselves. Um, it's also halted the connection between the two of you, if that makes sense. So, yes, you were brought together. It's like you were these guiding, you were each that guiding light, the shining star, this beacon of light that I'm referring to. I feel that the connection between the both of you showed a lot of clarity when it comes to yourself individually. There was truth and clarity. Um, Again, a vulnerability that I feel that was exposed between the two of you. Um, and yet there's like a halt, right? Because I feel that this rebirth, which can be very triggering, is almost now putting you in this place of feeling stuck or stagnant when it comes to the person that you're thinking about. Like you feel like that wheel is stuck. It's almost like this karmic cycle, and you're waiting for that wheel to turn. You're waiting for that moment where things are going to change and become different. Um, and that hasn't happened yet. But what I can see is there's a lot of work also that needs to be done. All right. There's work that needs to be done for you specifically, but there's also work that this person needs to complete. All right. And until that void within each of you is fulfilled on your own, this is a connection, obviously, that can't move forward. All right. At least not in this lifetime. I feel that this lifetime is meant for you to be able to overcome some of the baggage that you've brought forward in your life. Okay, that's very hard and it's very painful to let go of. Because of that comes the realization from your person that they have to start giving to themselves equally. In fact, I feel like your person hasn't been able to give to themselves. I do feel with the Ten of Wands here, your person has a lot of, I did say baggage, but I just feel like there's a lot on this person's plate. When I look at this card, I feel like they have a lot of duties to take care of or a lot of responsibility. And that completely, how do I explain this? It kind of throws them over the edge. They're having trouble with, and I don't mean to say this lightly, but they're having trouble with life in taking on the full responsibilities that are being called from them at this time. And again, I feel with past energies here, this has been something that your person um has struggled with the Seven of Pentacles. I don't feel that your person is content with where they're at, but they haven't been for a very long time. So it's not that they just suddenly woke up and realized, this has been their struggle for them. I feel like into their back to their childhood, into their adulthood, where they are right now, because of certain situations that have occurred. All right, childhood, um, I feel like there's things that have happened in your person's childhood that really have taken a hold of them, and it's kind of almost like it's backed them into a corner. And I do feel the same energy here coming from you. So I do feel in this case for this reading, there's a strong sense of mirroring that's going on. Let me just clarify this Ace of Swords and the wheel, this present energy I'm looking at with the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So obviously there was a strong sexual attraction that I feel definitely your person has for you. I feel for this group, that's sort of how this started out as a more of a sexual connection than anything else, that obviously unraveled and grew into something more. Um, but again, I feel right now the energy that your person is sitting in is there's a lot of opportunities that they feel like they have missed out on. And because of that, they're sort of wallowing in this energy. And this is what they're working on, because they're wallowing in this energy of feeling that, they've missed out on things. They've had missed opportunities with the Seven of Swords. And a lot of it, I feel with this mask on, this is the Seven of Swords for, this is the um, centric feminine deck. Uh, there's a feeling almost coming through here of shame, like they feel shameful. They're hiding behind this mask. I see even the mask, like a couple masks here with the Two of Swords, even with the Nine of Swords, this person's face is covered. The Ten of Wands over here shows me how their back is turned. I feel like they just feel very shameful for the way that they've behaved, the way that they have carried out, how they've acted, in the past, and that's very heavy on them as well. So now I feel that they're trying to work on themselves. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have this card here from the Kipper talking about occupation, which is number 34, and that reduces to 7, which is the Chariots, right? And we are in the year of the Chariot, where it's that push, right? It's that momentum, even when things are emotional and it feels like you're being tugged in different directions, that you take the reins like that charioteer and you move forward. I feel like that's what they're trying to do with their life right now. In this picture, we do have a sewing machine. This person is working with their hands. So, your person that's in different occupations, this can be someone that does work hard physically, okay, with their body. I feel like this is someone that uses their hands, whether they fix things or build things. This person's sewing, that you could be cooking, cleaning. Like, it's something that I feel that your occupation with your person is very hands-on. And again, that can resonate with you as well. So, working very hard in different ways. And I feel with the Six of Pentacles, that's where your person is trying to find balance, because they're trying to work on everything that they're carrying within them. And then also at the same time, they're trying to work on that balance of making life better for them, because we even have the Three of Pentacles here, which is showing me, collaboration and building and teamwork. And I feel that that's something that your person, uh, they feel lacking. They don't feel, or they haven't felt like they've been part of a team or part of something that is worthwhile, building. They haven't felt that in a very long time. This is someone who has a lot of anxiety, a lot of woes, a lot of worries. Um, and that's very hard, because as you're pushing yourself through this change and you are trying to reinvent the wheel here, exactly with, over here, the message with the butterfly was you can reinvent yourself. This wheel is on its side. It's like your person's trying to get that wheel to, this card needs to stand back up so this wheel can turn again for them. All right. And it's hard. It's very difficult. Um, I do feel that the connection, even though they see you as, it's interesting. They're both the King of Swords and the Stars here. So that strong Aquarius energy is coming through. So this person, definitely humanitarian type. Uh, I feel like they also, how can I say this? Sometimes Aquarians, they, you may not feel that they're necessarily focused on you, because their brains are created in a way that, again, they're thinking about the world and how things can be different from a bigger picture. So because of that, and they're very unconventional as well. And yet we have the King of Swords here, which does represent uh, head over heart for me. So I do feel like despite how your person feels for you and what they see you as, because they see you as this shining star, they're also trying to be very logical at this point. So there's something here showing me that they feel at this moment in time, they know that they need to make practical solutions in order to better their life. And for because of that, they're not going with their heart. They're not choosing their emotions at this point. They're trying to be logical so that they feel like they could put themselves in a better place. All right. And it is very difficult because the Two of Swords is here. So when you look at the Two of Swords, this is someone that has a hard time making a decision, so there's lots of indecision here. This person has the eye mask on showing me that their head is buried in the sand, that they're not always paying attention and making the correct choices that they need to be. But I think overall, the message is that they're on their journey, and we don't know how long that'll take, right? That could take a whole lifetime for them to be able to figure out. And hopefully they can do that in order for their next lifetime, that cycle will be, that circle, the wheel will be able to turn and move in their favor. So I do feel like this is someone that's taking baby steps because there is a lot going on here. There's a lot of energy that I'm picking up on that. How can I describe it? It's an energy of your person feels very frazzled half of the time, very frazzled. Uh, and I feel the heaviness of the air energy. So I do feel that this is someone that sometimes feels more flighty than they do, when it comes to grounding their energy. So I feel like a little bit of spastic energy, to be honest, that's coming through when it comes to this person. So I'm not sure if you experience that in your communication when talking with them, which can be difficult because you feel sometimes that they're not here, they're not listening to what you have to say. And the truth is their mind is really elsewhere. So let's get some messages from your person. I did see the card, I feel your pain. All right, but it didn't come out. So let's see here. If I could change things right now, I would. And these are messages coming from your person's higher self. Realize that. This is something that they're not able, for whatever reason, to be able to communicate with you now. Look at this. I'm becoming a different person because of you. Wow, right in the middle. So I feel like that's what you need to know. That's how your person feels about you at this time. You mean the world to me. Yes, they do. You do. I mean, your eyes tell me so much. I am sorry I pulled away from you. I was not ready to face my feelings that I have for you. And again, I feel it is because of everything that they've gone through. This just isn't, you know, this is because what they're trying, it's almost as if they're trying to deal the cards that have been dealt to them, right? And they're trying to push. And even if it's the smallest changes for them, that's something on the bottom of the deck. Look, I see you in my future. All right. So let's close out. Let's see what it is that this connection needs focus on, what you do, what your person does. Ooh, cooperation. All right. So, this is telling me when it comes to the two of you, it's calling that you need to be the Six of Pentacles, this giving and receiving, this cooperation, this compromising. Like you have to work better together at that. I don't know if there's any nitpicking or judgment or there's an energy that's coming through here that this is not how you two are treating each other at this moment in time. And again, it could be because of the struggles that you've both had to endure. But obviously, when we're talking about energy, we're talking about these connections, we're talking about relationships in general, whether they're spiritual or not, there has to be that respect and uh, cooperation, meaning that you're both working together to make this work. And if one of you is always trying to sort of outdo the other, whether you think you're right, whether they think that they're right, it's not, and it's not helping this person either, by the way. That only, I think, drives them and pushes this person away even further. Vulnerability, the strength to show yourself. Yeah, look, the star was here, and you can see from the star card what a vulnerable energy this is when you see this beautiful shining star, and this is where inspiration comes from, and hope, hope for the future. Um, I do feel that the two of you were allowed to, not allowed, but the two of you actually were able to show each other that vulnerability in some way. All right. And that's a huge thing, right? Because I feel like we can't do that with everyone in our life. That vulnerability is saved for only the people that you trust in. Passion, do what you love. So again, the passion is showing me that is here, the passion that I feel both connected you from the very beginning. As I said, I do feel that there was a strong sexual passion, sexual chemistry, I feel, that started this whole thing, that's how you two were brought together. And then look, I mean, this was, I think, on the bottom of the deck from pile one. You may want to go check pile one out. Humility. All right. In being able to bow down. And I did say that in pile one as well. When we're talking about cooperation, I'm looking at this card of humility. You may have to swallow your pride in some way, or your person's not swallowing their pride, and you have to learn to perhaps listen more and keep quiet when you need to, and not let that ego drive you when it comes to this connection. All right. So, what do you need to surrender in regards to this relationship, this connection? What is it that you need to surrender at this time? Divine timing. Okay, surrender to divine timing. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. All right. And we all know when we're talking about a spiritual connection, time is not part of that. All right. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. And on the bottom of the deck, surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. All right. So, pile two, I am going to leave the reading there. I hope it resonated with you. You can let me know in the comments below if it did. And I apologize about the microphone issue. Hopefully, that's resolved now and you were able to hear me for this reading. And I'll see you again at the next one. Okay? Bye. Hello, pile three. All right, this is your reading. You picked the owl, and we're asking the question today about how your person's feeling in regards to you and this connection at this time, or whenever you find this reading. My readings are timeless. I do want to apologize for the microphone issues that I had earlier in pile one and the intro. Hopefully that's been taken care of. Uh, I know in my last charitable message I had issues as well, but I've seemed to clean that up, so we should be good to go. So we can get started with your reading. All right. So let's do so by taking that moment to just gather ourselves and go within. So pile three, if you can take in a deep breath for me at this time. Excuse me. And just be still. Quiet your mind. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I trust that my highest good is unfolding. So, I'm going to put this owl over here. I'm just looking, if you look at this owl, look at the eyes on this owl. I do feel that your person is very intrigued by you. There's something with eyes and the mind, intellect. I feel that they're very stimulated um, by your intelligence. However, that comes across, right? It could come across in many different ways. And I feel, there's a strong energy coming through that they're very intrigued by what you have to say. All right. Regardless of what the scenario is, there's a curiosity that still lingers with them. So, from Spirit of the Animals, I have the owl card here. Keyword is representing magic, which was very much like the dragonfly as well in pile one. But your message is choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. So, I feel the message for you, pile three, is that owls, I love owls, but they represent wisdom. They do represent intuition and being able to follow that light. And I feel that there's a specific message for you in regards to even though when this person causes you doubt within your intuition, don't let that overtake you, right? Pull yourself back in and refocus because I feel like in your heart and soul how this person feels about you. And I feel that there is some deception here because your person hasn't been able to be honest with you in how they truly feel. But you need to just let that go and know how you feel, within your soul, and then be able to move forward, rise up, and move forward with that in mind. Okay? So now let's take a look and see how your person is feeling. Oh, wow. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. Wow. The Page of Swords. The Queen of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. The Chariot. The Nine of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles. And I'm going to grab one from Kipper. Ooh, mature man. Number 5. Okay. Pile 3. What am I feeling? I'm feeling that, your person's in a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain and there's a lot of hurt here. We have the Nine of Swords, we have the Three Swords, just broken heart. A broken heart is the simplest way to describe the feelings that they have right now in regards to you. And they want a new start. With this Ace of Pentacles, I feel like they want this new beginning, but I have to be honest, I'm feeling also a tremendous amount of stubbornness coming from your person. We have the Page of Pentacles, that's the cross card here. That this is a card that represents to me sort of a mini magician, in the fact that this is someone that wants to manifest something new. So here's this page holding this pentacle, which I believe is this pentacle, the ace right here, in regards to how your person's feeling, their actual feelings about you in this connection. So they want this new opportunity. They would love this new beginning. And yet, I feel that they're almost holding back, like as if there's an apology that's needed, or they need to somehow step up and step forward. And there's some stubbornness here. They're sort of being, well, if I must say, there's a little bit of immaturity that's coming through, especially with this young energy of the page. That's what I'm feeling right now. Um, they're just trying to sort of manage their daily life with the Nine of Pentacles here. But I feel like they want to come see you, pile 3. There's an airplane here. There's something with flying. So I'm not sure if you two are at a distance from one another. But, look, when you look at this pentacle, it's sort of like being held the way this page is holding it up. And yet there's this airplane, all right, that's right above this pentacle. And I feel that, you know, there's days where your person wishes that they can just hop on a plane and come see you. That's the feeling that's coming through. And I do feel it's because they want, they know that a heart to heart is needed here. Like there's a heart to heart conversation that I feel is coming. And I feel with this card of the owl and the intuition, that as well. Like, that your person needs to speak up about something at some points, and that. And I feel like that's what this message also is about in regards to your intuition. The ball's in their court. That they're the ones that need to speak up and speak their piece. They're watching you with this Page of Swords here. Um, but again, because of this Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, we have the Knight here. It's weird because I don't know. I'm saying I feel some immature energy, and yet we have the mature man here. So I do feel, I don't feel like we're dealing with a young person that sort of, is fumbling and not sure of sort of how to make their way through uh, a journey or tough situations. We're dealing with a mature man here in this case. Um, And the globe is here again. So I am feeling a bit of distance that is going on between the two of you. Uh, I think what I'm feeling is this conflict of when I look at this mature man, he sort of has this smug look on his face where there's this feeling like he thinks he's handling the situation in a mature way. And yet at the same time, again, I'm picking up on some stubbornness or denial on their part as to what needs to come from them. There needs to be this realization that they have to be able to move forward as much as you have. That the reins aren't all in your court. They have the chariots here in their environment. So, they have to take their own reins, meaning they have to pick up the reins of their life and be able to, not have that fear is the nice way to put it. They have to be able to take responsibility. How about that? That's a nice way of saying of what I'm hearing and feeling. Um, they got to step up. They have to step up here in this situation. Um, because what's so ironic is I feel that they're really heartbroken in regards to you two. So I do feel that, there's a separation here or something that did not work out the way that they were hoping. And there's this sadness, there's this, laying in bed, sleepless nights. Like I feel that they do lay in bed and think of you at different times. Okay. And yet what I'm baffled by is how they are not choosing there's this wall that's been built with this Nine of Wands. Like this is the wounded warrior. It's very possible that this person, um, was in a previous situation where I feel like they've been burned. And because of that now, they're almost taking it out on other people. Like they might have had, say, a relationship that has gone sour in the past, but because of that experience, they're putting you sort of almost in that same situation. And not that they're looking at you perhaps as the situation that I feel really burned them, but they're placing you sort of behind that wall. Like, okay, this is too much. I'm not going to put myself out there for this, you know. But they're struggling. They're very hurt. They're very heartbroken inside. Interesting. Let me clarify the Nine of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. The Four of Cups. Let me clarify this Three of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. Interesting. And I just want to clarify over here this Queen of Pentacles before I say anything else. The Sun. Interesting. There's something with this mature man and this Queen of Pentacles. I almost feel like it's possible that your person's in an unhappy situation right now, presently. Okay. They're very unhappy, and they're trying to, we have this Four of Cups here. With their eyes shut, trying to focus, trying to figure out, I feel, how and what um, they're going to do. There's a question about the person that they chose and the happiness they feel at this time. I feel that they're not happy and they're struggling with that, and that's why the Chariot is here in this person's environment, because there's this feeling of how are they going to move forward? So how are they going to take the reins? And yet there's something here with this Queen of Swords that's demanding clarity, that's demanding justice, and she's wearing this blue suit jacket, which is showing me that, someone needs to speak up in this situation. And I feel, what I mean that is like there's something going on with your person, uh, and perhaps this current partner, where I feel, that's why when it comes to their emotions, they're calling for an Ace of Pentacles, which, they're looking now for a new beginning. They want something new uh, in this 3D material world. But overall, pile three, I feel like the strong message coming in for you regarding their feelings is the amount of sadness. And we have the Three of Pentacles here, so it's possible that this was a third party situation that occurred between the two of you. But I feel like with the present energy and looking at the future energy, your person just there's a strong feeling coming through that your person perhaps, regrets the decision that they made, or realizes perhaps that they feel that, the partner that they're with now is not the ideal partner that they originally thought. There's an energy coming through here almost as if your person perhaps thought they found their soulmate, and it doesn't seem to be working out in that direction, in that way. So let's get some messages from your person. This is from their higher self, obviously, what they're not able to say to you face to face at this time, even though I feel like there's some sort of communication coming in the future. Your eyes tell me so much. That was in pile two. You are in my dreams. Wow, look at this. I want to tell you the truth. Right over the Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's something about wanting to get something off their chest, or there's something that hasn't been spoken about. I want to break down these walls, but I am not sure how. Oh my goodness. And then on the bottom of the deck, wow. Oh my gosh, I carry a lot of pain inside me. Yes, this person sure does. They surely do, pile three. They're hurting, right? They're hurting. And, maybe in regards to them, this first statement here, choose to know the truth. Maybe they haven't been wanting to see the truth. Maybe there's been, when you say the writing's on the wall, and they just haven't been ready to see that, or they weren't ready to give up, and now they're starting to see things differently because they're listening to that inner voice. So let's see what it is, pile three, that you need to focus on, what this connection is calling to focus on at this moment. Instinct. Oh my goodness. Trust your intuition. All right. So you know how this person feels about you, despite how it's being displayed, despite how they're showing you. Success. Honor your gift. Purpose. Follow your path. And I pulled this one too. Self-worth. All right. So, again, this is a journey about you being able to follow your path, honoring who you are, honoring your gifts. This success, you may very well be highly intuitive. Okay. And some sort of light worker where you are picking up, because I said there's a sense of craving or curiosity when it comes to uh, your words, or your mind or how you think and how you see things. Your person is very much, there's a strong curiosity that is here. And what I am seeing is I do feel that your person is struggling from a low self-esteem. So there's this card here representing self-worth. Ooh, and then on the bottom of the deck is surrender, let it go. Um, but I do feel that they're struggling in some way, and that's why they sort of act out the way they do. And I know that's not acceptable. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just trying to give you an idea of why your person is acting the way they are. And again, there's something, even though there's this mature man here, I don't know. I feel like they're not acting like they're not emotionally mature, or they're not able to emotionally uh, handle the situation that's going on with them right now. Because otherwise they would be able to speak up and talk about the situation. So let's see what needs to be surrendered at this time. What in regards to this connection, surrendering. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Wow, magic, magic. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So I do feel, especially with this Knight of Pentacles, that's one of the first things that came through. I felt this mundane energy. So I do feel that, again, there's some uniqueness about you, pile three, that your person does see. They very much see that. So I don't think, that's the problem in seeing how you are. I mean, with this sun card here, I feel that they recognize now what could truly make them happy. I feel that the struggles with this person is somehow the lack of communication, or um, the fear that they have in being able to take that plunge and step up and do what needs to do. And look at this. Surrender your fear of intimacy. So there can be a struggle here with intimacy as well. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. Wow. All right, pile three. So I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye.